Let's be real. Anxiety sucks. It creeps in when you least expect it, hijacks your thoughts, and convinces you that everything is about to fall apart. It keeps you up at night, makes your heart race, and turns the simplest tasks into overwhelming mountains. Sound familiar? But what if I told you that anxiety isn't your enemy? That the very thing holding you back could actually be your greatest advantage? See, most of us have been taught to fear anxiety, to push it away, to think of it as a weakness. But that's a lie. Anxiety is not the problem. The way we think about it is. Today, you're going to learn how to flip the script, how to take that nervous energy, that overthinking, that self-doubt, and transform it into fuel. Because anxiety isn't trying to stop you. It's trying to prepare you. And when you learn how to harness it, there's nothing you can't do. Let's go. Anxiety isn't just a feeling, it's a signal, a biological response designed to wake you up, to make you alert, to prepare you for something important. But instead of using it, most of us resist it, overthink it, let it spiral into fear and avoidance. The problem isn't anxiety itself, it's how we react to it. What if, instead of letting it control you, you learned how to work with it? What if, instead of fighting it, you leaned in and understood what it was trying to tell you? Think about it. Every time you feel anxious, your body is sending you energy. Your heart beats faster, your mind sharpens, your senses heighten. That's not weakness, that's power. That's the same energy that athletes use before a big game, the same energy performers feel before stepping on stage, the same energy that pushes people to step up in life. The only difference? They don't call it anxiety. They call it excitement, readiness, drive, and you can do the same. The next time anxiety shows up, don't let it paralyze you. Channel it. Instead of saying, "I'm so anxious," say, "I'm getting ready." Instead of spiraling into worst-case scenarios, ask yourself, what is this energy trying to prepare me for? Because anxiety and excitement are the same thing in your body. The only difference is the meaning you give it. When you reframe it, you take control. And here's the truth. The things that make you anxious are usually the things that matter most. That presentation, that interview, that big decision. It's not scary because it's bad. It's scary because it's important. Anxiety isn't a stop sign. It's a spotlight pointing you toward growth. The fact that you feel it means you care. And if you care, you're capable. The goal isn't to get rid of anxiety. The goal is to use it. You don't overcome anxiety by avoiding it. You overcome it by proving to yourself that you can handle it. Action is the antidote. Every time you push through, every time you show up despite the fear, you train your brain to see anxiety differently. You turn hesitation into momentum, doubt into confidence, fear into fire. And let's be honest, some of the best things in your life have come from moments when you felt anxious but did it anyway. That conversation you were afraid to have, that leap you weren't sure you were ready for, that challenge that felt impossible. Those moments shaped you. And they didn't happen in the absence of anxiety. They happened because you didn't let anxiety stop you. So from now on, when you feel that tightness in your chest, that rush of nerves, that voice in your head whispering, "What if I fail?" recognize it for what it is. It's not a warning, it's an invitation to step up, to grow, to show yourself what you're capable of. Anxiety is not the thing that holds you back. It's the key that unlocks your potential. And the best part? The more you do this, the stronger you become. Every time you push through anxiety instead of running from it, you rewire your brain. You prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort, that fear doesn't mean stop, that uncertainty isn't a reason to back down. Over time, what once felt overwhelming starts to feel normal. That racing heartbeat, it becomes the fuel that pushes you forward. That nervous energy, it sharpens your focus. That self-doubt, it transforms into proof that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, and that's exactly where growth happens. Think about the people you admire, the ones who seem fearless, who take big risks, who step into opportunities with confidence. They feel anxiety too. The difference is they don't let it dictate their choices. They've learned to dance with it, to harness it, to turn it into a superpower instead of a roadblock. And if they can do it, so can you. Because confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And the only way to build it is by showing yourself over and over again that you can handle whatever comes your way. So when anxiety shows up, don't resist it. Acknowledge it. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, this is energy. This is my body getting me ready. This is a sign that I'm stepping into something important. Instead of saying, I can't handle this, say, I'm prepared for this. Instead of shrinking back, lean in. Take the next step, even if it's small. Because every action you take in the face of anxiety weakens its grip and strengthens yours. And here's something else to remember. Anxiety thrives in inaction. The more you sit in it, overanalyze it, and let it run wild in your mind, the bigger it gets. But the second you start moving, it loses power. So instead of staying stuck in your head, shift into action. Make the call, send the email, speak up, step forward, even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't feel ready, especially if you don't feel ready. Because the truth is, you don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. And the moment you do, something incredible happens. The fear that once felt paralyzing starts to shrink. The thoughts that told you you can't get replaced with maybe I can. The same energy that made you anxious now fuels your confidence. And before you know it, you're no longer the person who gets stuck in self-doubt. You're the person who moves, who grows, who proves to themselves again and again that they are stronger than their fears. Because at the end of the day, anxiety isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It's here to show you where you need to grow, where you're holding back, where you're capable of more than you realize. And when you stop running from it, when you start working with it, when you choose to use it instead of letting it use you, that's when everything changes. That's when you stop being controlled by fear and start being powered by it. And when that happens, there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can't handle. Because every time you face anxiety head on, instead of shrinking away from it, you build resilience, you train yourself to stay calm under pressure, you prove that discomfort isn't dangerous, it's just unfamiliar. And the more you lean into it, the more familiar it becomes, until one day, the things that used to scare you are the very things you now thrive in because you've rewired your brain. You've flipped the script. You've turned anxiety from something that once held you back into something that now propels you forward. And this isn't just about one moment or one challenge. This is about shifting the way you see yourself. Because when you stop seeing anxiety as a problem and start seeing it as fuel, you stop doubting yourself, you stop hesitating, you stop waiting for fear to disappear before you take action, and instead you take action while fear is still there. And that is the key, because confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the willingness to move forward despite it. And the more you do this, the more unstoppable you become, because you realize that nothing outside of you has to change. Your circumstances don't have to be perfect. The fear doesn't have to go away. All that has to change is the way you respond. And once you master that, anxiety loses its grip on you because you no longer see it as something that controls you. You see it as something you control. And that shift changes everything, because now, instead of dreading the moments that make you nervous, you welcome them. You recognize them as opportunities to grow, as proof that you're stepping up, as signals that you're heading in the right direction. Because if you weren't pushing yourself, if you weren't aiming higher, if you weren't challenging yourself, you wouldn't feel anxious in the first place. So the very fact that you feel it means you're on the right path. And that's why you don't run from it, you don't resist it, you use it, you reframe it, you channel it into action. Because the only way to break free from anxiety's grip is to stop letting it dictate your choices. The moment you do that, the moment you step forward instead of back, the moment you embrace the energy instead of fearing it, you unlock a level of power you never knew you had. And once you tap into that, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Because now you're no longer someone who waits for fear to pass. You're someone who acts in spite of it. You're someone who recognizes that courage isn't about feeling fearless. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And the more you do that, the more you start to trust yourself, because confidence isn't built in your comfort zone. It's built in the moments where you prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort, that you can navigate uncertainty, that you can step into pressure and come out stronger. And when you start seeing anxiety as part of that process, as a tool instead of a trap, everything changes. Because now it's not something you dread, it's something you leverage, something you use to sharpen your focus, to heighten your awareness, to push you to perform at your best. And when you learn to harness that energy instead of being overwhelmed by it, you unlock an entirely new level of performance, of clarity, of confidence. Because suddenly, anxiety isn't something holding you back, it's something pulling you forward. Something pushing you to be better, to prepare more, to step up in ways you never have before. And that's when you realize that the people who accomplish extraordinary things, the ones who take risks, who innovate, who lead, who create, they don't do it because they never feel anxious. They do it because they've trained themselves to move with the feeling instead of against it. They've rewired their response so that instead of letting anxiety trigger hesitation, it triggers action. Instead of letting it paralyze them, they let it fuel them. And when you start applying that same mindset, you start seeing anxiety for what it truly is, not a weakness, but a superpower, a force that when directed correctly can elevate you instead of holding you back, can sharpen you instead of breaking you, can drive you forward instead of pulling you down. And once you embrace that, once you stop trying to eliminate anxiety and instead focus on using it, you become unstoppable, because now you're no longer fighting yourself, no longer resisting the natural energy your body gives you, no longer stuck in cycles of overthinking and hesitation. Now you're moving, you're acting, you're proving to yourself over and over again that you are capable, that you can handle it, that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect feeling, because the perfect moment is the one where you decide to go for it. And the perfect feeling isn't calmness, it's courage. And when you shift into that mindset, when you choose to see anxiety as fuel instead of fear, as power instead of panic, as a signal that you're stepping into something meaningful instead of something dangerous, you step into a version of yourself that isn't controlled by doubt, but fueled by it. A version of yourself that understands that the presence of anxiety isn't a sign to stop, it's a sign to start. It's proof that you're growing, that you're pushing, that you're evolving. And once you embrace that, there's no challenge too big, no obstacle too intimidating, no fear strong enough to hold you back, because now you know the truth. Anxiety isn't your enemy, it's your edge. So the next time anxiety shows up, don't fight it, don't resist it, don't let it control you. Use it. Let it be the proof that you're stepping into something important, the fuel that drives you forward, the energy that sharpens your focus and prepares you for what's next. Because anxiety isn't a stop sign, it's a green light. It's not here to hold you back. It's here to push you toward your potential. The only question is, what will you do with it? Will you let it keep you stuck, or will you harness it, reframe it, and turn it into the superpower it was always meant to be? The choice is yours.